Exactly how to scale your supplement brand with Google search ads in 2025. You reach a point when it comes to Google ads for your supplement brand where you've already tapped out on all the people who are searching for your product. What you need to do is stop targeting people who are already aware of your product and put ads in front of people who are aware of the problem that your product solves. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that with Google ads so that you can tap into a whole pool of people who have no idea about who you are, but are actively looking for a solution that you are already providing. You need to put your ads in front of them. And the best way to do that with Google ads, I found at least, especially if you have a supplement which is problem focused, not just like, okay, I sell vitamin D or you sell creatine gummies, well done, enjoy your CMOS stuff, great. But if you have a product which is made to solve a specific problem that people are facing, for example, high blood pressure, then you can just absolutely milk Google ads for what it's worth. And the best way to do that is through search campaigns. So I'm going to show you exactly how to build them based on this client account here. We started around 3 weeks ago. We spent £3,500 there in the UK and we got back 7.6k according to Google's third-party stuff. You know Google lies about this. Just so you know, the Triple Whale says this is more, but according to Google, we're at 2.18. Our break even is way lower than that. We're getting an 8.32% click-through rate on our ads for cold terms, people who aren't aware of us. We're getting a 3.82% conversion rate on cold traffic, and our cost per conversion, again, according to Google, is way below break even. So I'm going to show you what we've done here to be able to achieve this so that you can replicate it for your supplement brand as well. And if you want more info on how we scale supplement brands with Google ads, and if you want us to scale you as well, similar to what we've been doing with this account, and this is just one of the many campaigns we're running in this account, then click the second link in the description, dynamicapture.com, check out our case studies, check out our resources, book a call, and we will set this up for you. So this is the campaign. We experimented a bit with their other product, but this is their main hero product, which is around solving high blood pressure. I'm going to take you through literally everything that we're doing, the mindset behind it, that type of stuff. So where you begin with search ads is through the setup itself. If I take you through the settings, we are only running on the Google network. Our marketing objective is sales. Obviously, our conversion tracking is set up properly. In fact, if I take you to conversion tracking, you do want to get this right, and I keep mentioning it. Just making sure you've got proper conversion tracking set up through your website, either through the Google and YouTube app and Shopify, which is this secondary one here, or if you set up in Google Tag, this one here. Make sure you only have one primary conversion action. Make sure your campaigns are set up around purchase and that you're tracking this accurately with enhanced conversions. You go into settings and you turn on enhanced conversions. Here, our bidding strategy is max conversions. We're trying to get as many conversions as possible, especially on these cold terms. So this is what we run by default. If you're looking to test product market fit, you can go with maximize clicks. If you run like different types of investigative general terms, that type of stuff, but we knew off the gate that we just wanted to run problem aware terms. So max conversions is good for that. We turn AI max on. We experimented with this at the start. This is a new feature from Google. Typically speaking, new Google features tend to do quite well in terms of what we found. So we're running this with our brand exclusion here. So we're not getting any branded stuff coming in because this is meant to be and is a cold traffic campaign. Just a quick one for the location. Just make sure you're on presence, not presence or interest in on the country that you're advertising in. Don't advertise the places that you're not selling to. And that's the general setup. Budget in terms of what you can withhold for a daily spend. We're currently spending 125. We're going to scale that soon based on the performance of this campaign. Max conversions, AI max, completely broad, which is what I'll get into now. Go into ad groups and the type of terms that we're on. As you can see, there's a lot of terms in here. And we launched it in to really see what was going to happen in terms of all the different terms that people would search when it comes to lowering their blood pressure. So we really wanted to have the full gamut of all. We have a whole mix of match types as well. Got some exact match, got some broad match, never phase match. And we're only adding exact match based on the performance of that particular term in the search term report, which I'll get into in a second. As you can see, for these ones up here in terms of where most of the conversions are in, it is centered around how to lower blood pressure. We're getting nearly a 9% click-through rate on this. And the CPCs are insanely cheap. Getting into the search terms, you can see we've got up here exact match, how to lower blood pressure, 7.5% click-through rate, 38p cost per click, spent £104, got about 380 at 3.65 ROAS. Amazing. Just general like blood pressure supplements, right? Very simple. 13.78 click-through rate, 7.61 conversion rate, 2.16. Great, amazing. I just filter by conversion value. How to reduce blood pressure, 9.14% click-through rate, 32p CPC, but we only spent $16 on this, right? We've only got 2 conversions on it, but as you can see, all this is kind of culminating into it. And if I filter by conversion and stuff, so you can see all these just random terms. All these terms are coming in here, just like one conversion here. So you can see like 58p CPA, 29p CPA, all this stuff here, which you can really just see when you're running on broad match, you can just scale into this and just show your ads on all these different general terms which are coming through. Now, if you think about this, this is a really interesting way to test the type of traffic which is coming into your conversion mechanism. So with this, you can really get a general sense of like, how are people approaching your page and how are they best converting, right? Because you can see based on the conversion rates of these particular terms, what people are doing, especially if you have enough volume and statistical significance to really see, you're able to test your conversion mechanism and the strength of your ad and how people are approaching approaching your funnel quite well. When you just open the floodgates in terms of all the broad match, you really get a general good sense of what's converting the best. As you can see, how to lower blood pressure has got on all the conversions. How to reduce blood pressure, it's gotten the same click-through rate, just a little bit lower CPC, but just no conversions whatsoever, which is mad and gives you all the insight that you really need in terms of testing how people are converting on your conversion mechanism. So the key here with this in terms of your product is generating a whole bunch of broad match search phrases and search opportunities that people are already naturally searching for, and then letting Google's AI match that with the search terms that people are doing, which you might have missed in your initial spray and pray. As you can see in this ad group now, there are a whole bunch of terms which aren't really getting any impressions at all. They're getting clicks with no real conversions. So these are the ones that you'd want to take out because they're obviously not performing. But as you can see, magnesium for blood pressure, all the different terms that are coming up based on this broad match are converting really well. Same with how to lower blood pressure. And this means then you can actually start scaling, not only in terms of the budget or in terms of turning specific search terms that are converted specifically. For example, how to lower blood pressure on an exact match, you can add that as an exact match. But if you have a highly converting broad match, so blood pressure support supplements, then you can turn that to an exact match as well and add it into it so Google can optimize around that more. But if you just go back into ad groups, what you can do is you can change the final URL of that particular term itself, which means you can customize your advertorial and your conversion mechanisms specifically to the search term that people are searching for, which have already proven to convert higher. So not only can you optimize on the budgets, in terms of the bidding strategy, in terms of the targeting, if you see something's already working well and this is the angle, you then play around with the conversion mechanism. If the conversion rate is 3.29, but the other ones are saying, you can get up to 7, you can get up to 8, why not bring this one from a 3 to an 8 just on this particular thing? And you're really just building like little tiny moats in different types of funnels based on how people are searching for this particular term. And this can last you for literally the lifetime of your business. Every time someone searches that term, if I just go back and filter on impressions, how to lower blood pressure over the last 3 weeks had, nearly 4,000 people searching for it. And of those 4,000 people, we've got 7.5% of them to click, right? And then of those people who clicked, we got 2.34% of those to purchase. So if we had a specific advertorial around specifically how to lower blood pressure, all the different solutions as a sales letter, and then present the solution, and we just raise this conversion rate, the click-through rate's already strong. That's the ad, like we sorted that out. But if you just use constraint thinking, you can see, okay, well, we don't really have any control over the click-through rate. We've got that quite high. Where's the biggest level we can pull for this? Well, it's probably the conversion rate because it's like 2.43, and it's the search term that's gotten us the most conversions. So why not we just improve this? You go back to your ad groups, you see how to lower blood pressure here, and you just change the final URL compared to the one that you have natively within the default ad, which is here in terms of this conversion mechanism, and you increase the conversion rate on that. And now you've just got this one campaign, which has all these different mini funnels in it and all these different landing pages, all building a moat around the product level where part of your market, which needs more convincing, who are a bit more cold, who don't really know you, which your competitors can't even necessarily even tap into because you've really gone deep into the actual problem that your market's facing rather than the actual product itself. And this is the key thing I see in supplement brands, is that one, they don't even do cold search anyway. They don't even do Google Ads properly in the first place. But once you get to this stage and you're trying to expand out beyond just your product level awareness in terms of like blood pressure supplements, and you're able to introduce a solution to someone who has a problem, then you can get very specific in this. You can see, okay, here's all these different funnels on this search term report. Basically treat them as like a funnel. Like this, the ad itself is basically the search term. And then you have the landing page linked to that ad. You can change that within the final URL. So what we're going to do with this brand is have different pages which are congruent with the search phrase which people are naturally searching for. So instead of it just being like a generalized advertorial, which is converting quite well in the first place on just selling the product and giving a sales argument for it, we're going to have a proper educational article, a sales letter on how to lower blood pressure. And that's all going to convert really well. So think about that with your supplement brand. This is how you do it here. So again, even though we've just like let Google do the driving with the broad match keywords, we're still getting an 8.32% click-through rate. And the reason why is because our ad copy is completely tailored towards the actual problem itself. So if we go into the ad, the main thing we've done here in terms of the headline, but also the description to get this high of a click-through rate is by making the ad congruent with the search phrase. And the way you're able to do that is through dynamic keyword insertion. What you do to do this is add this little like toggle thing here, this little bracket. You then click keyword insertion. Once you've done that, you basically put in your default text, which is the description you want to have if there is no keyword that they search there. But as you can see with this dynamically generated one as well, it just says how to lower blood pressure, which is what they would like to type in, right? And you just pin those. And then literally the first thing that they see in terms of text is what they just typed in. The congruency is off the charts. Of course they're going to click that, right? And a whole bunch of other descriptions which support that as well. But generally speaking, this is why our ads get really high click-through rates. If you're at like a 4% click-through rate, if you double that, you double your conversions. You double the amount of money that you'll make. Just in here, just in terms of understanding how to actually write these ads. Of course, we built out the price extensions, we built out the structured snippets, we built out the callouts. I'm not running a promotion to it at the moment. Site links are all there as well, business logo, all that type of stuff. We've really built it out properly. It's where running straight to an advertorial page, not just a product page, because we need to respect the way in which people are coming into our conversion mechanism, right? They're really cold. They need to be warmed up. You can't just like present an offer to someone who's searching how to lower blood pressure. They're already convinced that they've got the problem. You just need to convince them that your product is the solution to their problem. You do need to convince them first. You can't just like put a buy box in front of them and expect them to buy. If they're already aware of your product, then maybe you could do that. And if they're already aware of your brand, that's all you need to do because they're problem aware, because this is what this campaign is built around. Just literally like cold search people who are not aware of you at all, no brand stuff, no product aware stuff whatsoever, then this is what you need to do. And that's why you need that page specifically there, which is why, again, we're going to be making custom pages specifically for the way in which that search term term comes through. So just to put it into a bit more perspective, as you can see here, these are all just different funnels that you're running, all of their own amount of like monthly search traffic. How to lower blood pressure, for example, being like 3.6K. And then you're like, okay, can we make specific ads which address all of these different search terms to get the click-through rate as much as possible? Cool, we've done that. We're at 8%, which is insanely high. Each of these will have different CPCs, which is just the KPIs, which you need to understand if it works for your COGS or not, how much you're actually paying for those clicks. Obviously, if you have something like how to lower blood pressure versus like best blood pressure supplements, that CPC is going to be higher. You can see the difference here. Blood pressure supplements has much higher CPC than this. And even though this has a lower conversion rate, this has a lower cost of conversion just because it's much more congruent to it. But you can optimize this. You can see, okay, cool, we can get this conversion rate up. We can exclude this one because this version of the funnel wasn't working, this angle wasn't working. This one here, how to reduce high blood pressure, that's like a specific one where the headline literally can be like, this is an article on how to reduce high blood pressure, because it's at 9% click-through rate. And even though we've got 2 conversions on it, there's still legs hit, right? There's still 526 searches on this, right? We've got nearly 50 clicks on it. Over the course of a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of your brand, that's a great moat to have. Like if you had a funnel like this, you'd want to optimize the hell out of it and get as many people in as possible. But again, because you're constrained by the search volume on this, you're optimizing around the longevity of it all, right? This is only the course of the last 3 weeks. Over the course of the year, you're going to get like 50,000 impressions on this at 10% click-through rate. You're going to get 5,000 people to the page at 32p CPC. That's fucking awesome. You'd want that for sure. And this is what you can do with Google Ads here. So that was a big ramble, completely unscripted, just showing you and demonstrating to you what's possible when it comes to cold search ads on Google Ads. And without going into the actual like advertorial itself and without going into some of the other things we've done on the back end to really optimize our COGS and making this campaign as efficient as possible, just giving you a few ideas to think about when it comes to your supplement brand in terms of scaling with cold search ads. Focusing on the problem aware terms, the really cold, generalized, investigative terms to scale from there. And once you be able to get signal in terms of what's actually working, for example, on this one, how to lower blood pressure, how to reduce high blood pressure, this type of stuff, you're able to then create custom dynamic pages based on that search term, change the final URL, and then optimize the conversion rate based on that. As long as you have a good ad with these broad terms, let Google take the wheel, and you're able to put in enough budget to really see what's actually working for that particular product, then you're able to not just advertise on like, we've got the best blood pressure supplement, but you're able to go into things like how to lower blood pressure or problem aware search phrases and opportunities so that people can come to your page in a way that they wouldn't be able to otherwise. And this is true like demand capture advertising, pull advertising. People are naturally searching for this in the first place. How do you do it properly? This is how you do it properly. So take these lessons, pass out all the value that I've done in this video. And if you want us to set up this whole machine for you, because we're like, this is basically like phase 1. It's like phase 2 with all the different pages. You're then expanding out into other different ideas and that type of stuff based on what's coming back. If you have like 4 or 5 winning search terms in this, then you're able to really build out a full suite of different articles. You can then run dynamic search ads based on the content farm that you're building up from an SEO organic perspective, putting paid behind that to get even cheaper clicks. The game just goes on. And if you're completely lost and you want us to set this up for your supplement brand so we can scale you on Google Ads as well, because this is just one of the 6 campaigns we're running for this brand in terms of the top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel to really give them a full funnel approach to Google Ads, which is getting them close to 1,000 new customers per month. New customers, people who weren't aware of them before. Then click the second link in the description, book a call. We'll just have a chat. I'll tell you what the opportunity is. It's not a sales call. It's literally like a free audit where we'll give you all the info you need to set this up yourself. But if you want us to do it for you, we'll do that too. If you want to know more about Google Ads for your supplement brand, like this video, go on the channel. Usually we'll recommend all of our stuff to you. Hit this video on screen here for more case studies on what we've done for other brands, not just this one. And I'll see you in those videos.